Don't
believe
what they're telling you.
The truth
is not
what you think.
I'm making
this collection
From
people all over the world. They're not
crazy.
I'm not crazy.
The truth isn't what you think.
I want to put it out there. Has anybody seen the Grey Men?
It's going to get worse before it gets better. It's going to get worse, it's going to get worse, it's going to get worse. There are people dying. And that's just the start.
Φοβάμαι. Αυτό χειροτερεύει εκεί έξω. Οι ανθρώποι πανικοβάλλονται. Βλέπουν το θάνατο στους δρόμους.
They say it's not like death. Not like we know it.
Shh. Βλέπουν το θάνατο να έρχεται για αυτούς. Ξέρω πως μοιάζει.
No, that is not the worst of it. You'll see. I know.
I read a lot. There's not much else you can do when you're trapped behind these four walls. Just read and... I'm looking.
Έχω δει το πρόσωπο του θάνατου. Μπορώ να τα ακούσω τώρα, κάλλοντας. Άκου. Μπορείς να το ακούσεις. Μπορείς. Άκου.
I'm looking for them before it's too late.
Sie haben uns auf eine Priorität 3 Warnung gesetzt. Das letzte Mal, wo Sie das taten, hatten wir eine Verschüttung.
Okay. They don't want to believe. They don't want to believe me. They never have.
Σήμερα το πρωί οι ήχοι των φορτηγών με ξύπνησαν. Σηκώθηκα από το κρεβάτι μου και πήγα στο παράθυρο. Οι στρατιώτες πέρασαν από το δρόμο μας. Είναι μόνο μερικά φορτηγά, αλλά αυτό είναι αρκετό.
Ich habe mit Isolde wollen reden, aber sie ist in einer Besprechung mit unserem Vorgesetzten den ganzen Tag und die Militär war mit beiden.
It's all bullshit. It's all so much bullshit. Economic takeover, 5G towers, New World Order. Not the sort you're thinking, no.
It's been a long time since I've known what it feels like to have the sun on my face, or the wind on my skin. I don't know how this world has moved on in the last 5 years.
Πήγα στο διαδίκτυο. Τίποτα. Το μόνο που μιλάνε είναι η αρρώστια. Έχω ζήσει εδώ 40 χρόνια. Δεν έχω δει ποτέ φορτηγά γεμάτα στρατιώτες.
Was immer das ist, es ist nicht gut.
What I know, what I've seen, what I've glimpsed, is the mind behind what is happening. And you want to know what it's thinking? You want to know what it's feeling?
I can tell you, but I'm not putting it out there. It's not safe. I'm not safe. Not alone. Not alone.
It likes it, we're scared. want to tell you not to be. I want to tell you not to be scared. But you should. You should.
I'll tell you what pain is. Pain is the absence of all hope. Ian used to tell me he loved pain. I wanted it to deal in a way, but in a way that allowed him to explore his boundaries. He said it made him feel more alive. Yeah, until they had us down. And they wouldn't stop punching. And they wouldn't stop kicking. And they wouldn't stop. And they wouldn't stop. And they wouldn't stop. They wouldn't stop.
Τα ράφια είναι άδεια. Λες και έρχεται τέλος του κόσμου. Ξεσπάνε καυγάδες. Το ζήτημα είναι ότι όταν βλέπεις ανθρώπους να συμπεριφέρονται έτσι, τους βλέπεις ακριβώς για το άτομο που είναι, ειλικρινά. Όλοι έχουν δύο πρόσωπα. Αυτό που δείχνουν στον κόσμο και αυτό που κρύβεται πίσω από αυτό.
You ever heard the saying, perception is reality? Home! We spend our lives pursuing dreams to improve our realities.
Sie haben heute 3 Leichen gebracht. Sie nahmen sie aus den Krankenhäusern und sagten den Familien, sie könnten die Leichen nicht sehen, weil sie ansteckend seien. Jetzt begraben sie Leere.
Western culture has programmed us since birth through media and societal expectations to chase better jobs, better possessions, better homes, better futures, better fucking versions of ourselves. And what is all of that boiled down to? It's perception.
Ich fragte Isolde, ob wir nicht vorsichtig sein sollten im Falle eines Falles. Sie erzählte mir, dass Befehle von oben gekommen waren und dass es nicht viral war. Sie hatte Angst.
There was somebody in the chat room who called himself Shadow. He said he was looking for the truth. Everybody started spouting their shit at him. The Shadow says nothing. They keep going. Conversations, side conversations, arguments. People fucking ripping into one another. This is what people are.
When you're on the cusp between life and death, those around you just become nothing but blurs.
Finally, after like an hour of this shit, Shadow types in a single sentence. This is not black or white.
Ένιωθα ότι μπορούσα να δω πίσω από τα πρόσωπα τους. Και αυτό που είδα δεν ήταν φυσιολογικό.
You're only seeing what they want you to see.
Δεν ήταν ανθρώπινο.
He knows.
Was hier passiert, das ist nicht normal.
I wasn't always like this. I used to have a family. My husband Charles and my son Julian. They couldn't deal with who I become. Stopped taking my pills. They said I was crazy.
You know, I was thinking, what is a shadow? I mean, light hits us, but it doesn't get through. So we project this silhouette. Yeah. That silhouette's like a shade. You see, Shadow knew that. That's why he chose that name. You know, I private messaged him. I told him about the grey area. He got back to me straight away. And you know what he asked me? He asked me what I knew.
You didn't love life. He said every day was an opportunity to experience something new. He'd skydive, he'd bungee jump, went to Spain and ran with the bulls. There's nothing he didn't cram into his life. I take along like his backpack.
Ξύπνησα και τα μωρά μου στεκόταν στην άκρη του κρεβατιού μου. Με τον τρόπο που συνηθίζαν όταν είχαν άσχημο όνειρο. Και ερχόταν και ζητούσαν να μπορούν να κοιμηθούν μαζί μου. Δεν μπορούσαν να καταλάβουν γιατί ο Φίλιππας τους άρπαξε και τους πήρε από εδώ με αυτό το τρόπο. Και τότε το ένιωσα. Το δωμάτιο ψύχραινε. Ήταν στη γωνία δίπλα στο κρεβάτι. Ίσως να ήταν ο Φίλιππας ή κάτι άλλο. Δεν ξέρω.
Before they dismissed me, I was doing research on people who perceived the world around them through a filter that we'd consider abnormal. That was what we called them, the abnorms. We had a 9-year-old autistic kid who was aware of barometric changes 2 days before they happened. An 18-year-old chronically depressed woman who would look at people and describe their deceased relatives. 50-year-old anxiety sufferer. She hadn't left her house in 25 years, but accurately predicted every natural disaster over a 5-year period.
Leaving the supermarket, I was attacked. And this is what they left behind. This is what Charles and Julian couldn't handle.
It's coming. It's coming. And there's nothing you can do to stop it.
Ήξερα, εάν το κοιτούσα τότε, θα το έβλεπα. Εάν το έβλεπα, θα τρελανόμουνα. Έβαλα τις φωνές μέχρι που δεν μπορούσα να πάρω ανάσα. Και είμαι σίγουρη ότι λιποθύμησα. Όταν άνοιξα τα μάτια μου, είχαν εξαφανιστεί. Όλοι τους.
I see things now. And I'm not crazy. What's going on out there? That's crazy. But I'm not crazy. I'm not.
They're still here. We don't always see them, but they're here for a lot of us. They're the reason things go to shit. They're the darkness in our minds.
The Abnorms proved that there were people who connect to the world, to our own existence, and interpret it in a way that we don't understand, who see and hear and feel things that we don't. You want to know the greatest smokescreen there is? That truth can be stranger than fiction. Information becomes misinformation.
Wir hatten heute 2 weitere Leichen. Sie sind Kinder. Und wir hatten auch einige Gäste. Eine Chinesin, eine Amerikanerin und ein Mann von Russland, dass sie vom Geheimdienst sind.
Getting an idea of how I feel now? Locked up, locked down, afraid of the world outside your walls. Can you see them? It's not working.
They're looking everywhere. I see them. Here, 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 and fucking there. You know when you see these thick fucks like murderers and rapists and pedophiles and they're on trial and they think it's funny what they did and they laugh. Horrible emotional pain and these cunts laugh!
Χθες βράδυ ξύπνησα μέσα στη νύχτα. Το δωμάτιο ήταν παγωμένο. Η αναπνοή μου ομίχλησε. Ανατρίχιασα. Το ένιωσα. Ήταν γύρω μου, πάνω μου, μέσα μου.
I wasn't always like this. I wanted to solve the mysteries of the universe. I wanted to peek into the unknown. Until I learned that the unknown was peeking back.
I want to show them. I don't care if it's dangerous.
Die Chinesin hatte eine gelbe Flüssigkeit in einem Vial, die sie fragte, ich sollte in die Leichen zu spritzen.
If I start talking about Joshua, I mean really start talking about him, they're gonna know. And not just about me. You. People listening.
Έβαλα τις φωνές. Αλλά με έπνιξε. Δεν ήταν ο Φίλιππας. Αυτό ήταν.
They're not contained by the boundaries of humanity. They're boundless.
Beim Mittagessen fragte ich Isolde, wer die waren. Und sie nannte die unheilige Triumvirat.
But I need to show them. I have to. I have to.
Are you ready?
Δεν ξέρω. Δεν θέλω να μάθω.
I'm going to make you see them.
7 Zivilisten wurden hereingebracht und heute mit vorgehaltener Waffe untersucht. Sie waren auf die Knien aufgereiht.
Joshua is a 7-year-old, suffering from potential psychosis. We appropriated him from his family. After a lot of cultivation, he opened up to us. He spoke of a song he could hear that espoused all the horrors we'd committed as a species.
Shadow's given me a list of people to connect to. He told me he's looking for others. People who can see the truth. And not buying that bullshit.
Close your eyes. Choose a memory that's painful. Be brave. Pick your worst one.
If there's one thing I've learned about grief, is that it changes the way you look at the world around you. We all learn to live with grief, not just for the loved ones who've passed, but for our hopes, our dreams, all the things we didn't do in life, our relationships, our jobs.
Isolde befahl mich, jeden von ihnen zu spritzen mit dieser gelben Flüssigkeit. Ja?
Feel the darkness at the heart of that memory. Go to it. Let yourself wash inside it.
He also spoke of a world that sits around ours, He called it hell. Although we speculate that's just his juvenile interpretation.
I told him, brother, I'm doing the same thing.
Dann hat sie alle von denen in ihren Augen geschaut mit ihrer Taschenlampe. Sie wies auf 4 von ihnen und der General, die schwarze Hand, er erschoss sie. Er hat sie kalt hingerafft.
They're with us now.
He said that for a millennia, the entities from this world have watched and manipulated us to this point to produce this outcome. And that now that we've reached the zenith of clusterfuck humanity, they're coming in.
Die Amerikanerin sagte mir, ich solle Ava anrufen und ihr sagen, dass ich nicht heimkomme.
Which person are you?
Open your eyes. Do you see them?
Learning to heal should be human nature, but it's not. I can't. And now I'm stuck here and I don't know how to get out.
Ich fragte sie, ob ich meine Familie wieder sehen würde. Sie sagte mir ja. Darum halte ich fest. Sonst denke ich werde verrückt.
Can you see them?
You know, when I bring you my mail, it looks like it's been opened and fucking resealed. I hear clicks on my phone. I see the same grey van driving past. The government doesn't want me telling you the truth.
They're drawn to the bad in us. The more they feed off us, the better the foothold they get in our world. The better the foothold they get, the worse we become. It's a symbiosis.
Συνέχισα να ξυπνάω νιώθοντας ζαλάδες και ναύτια.
Wir haben einen Jungen eine Autopsie untersucht heute. Er war nicht älter wie 10 Jahre.
They're here. Opening your eyes to them has made me vulnerable. I can't stay here.
Isolde hat ihn hier auf die Brust geschnitten. Seine Augen öffneten sich und er ergriff sie am Handgelenk mit einer Hand.
This has become their access point. You can hear them pouring in.
I've never gone long enough to know what real withdrawal is.
Πήγα και αγόρασα 3 τεστ εγκυμοσύνης από το φαρμακείο. Όλα έδειξαν το ίδιο αποτέλεσμα.
I could hear them singing. Their voices sounded like glass in my ears. And then one of the grey figures, he came towards me. And as he got closer, he became Eden.
We catch glimpses of them out of the corner of our eye, in sleep paralysis, in feelings like intuition and dread. We've been picking them up peripherally, but now they're flooding in.
It's time to move.
He told me not to be afraid. He said The voices were singing to me to join them, to join him. And I realized that day that we were beaten up, that I should have died too.
Die Toten machen einige seltsame Dinge. Sie können sich aufsetzen oder ein Glied könnte schütteln. Es sind Nervenenden, die feuern und Reflexen erzeugen. Wie auch immer sie sich bewegen, sie sind immer noch tot.
I've sent out all the messages. I've contacted you all. I'm going to have a conference. Then things are going to change.
I'll check in later.
Ο Φίλιππας και τα παιδιά έχουν πεθάνει εδώ και 1 χρόνο. Δεν γίνεται να είμαι έγκυος.
There's no place for me here. There's not. Signing out.
Der Junge setzte sich auf und sagte zu uns, wir sind jetzt bei euch. Dann fiel er. Er fiel wieder zurück, als tot, wie er sein sollte.
It's time to fight.
I've contacted you all to help me with my fight. My name? Is Shadow.